The Bride of the Cursed Lake. Chapter 11. Guardian of Sorrow, Part 1. The sun touched the edge of the lake, and with it, I woke. The cold had burrowed deep into my bones, and for a moment, I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what I was. My body ached with something more than pain. A strangeness, a wrongness. I tried to lift my arm and saw that it was mine again. Flesh, fingers, nails, but not entirely. Black barbs threaded up from under the skin. Thin, rigid feathers, like thorns, pierced the pale of my forearms, tracing the bones like ink. I reached up to touch my face. It was still mine. No beak, no wings, not anymore. But I remembered them. I remembered everything. The feathers, the pain, the shape I became, the scream that had no air to hold it, the water boiling beneath me as I fought my way toward her, that last look between us, Anna's face in swanlight inches from mine, and then the dark. Something had stopped the change, or maybe not stopped. Delayed. My body remembered what it had become, but it didn't finish the job. I wasn't human anymore, but I wasn't a swan either. I was something between. A breach in the curse, a crack in the cycle. Not free, not even close, but not wholly taken either. I stood barefoot in the reeds, mud clinging to my legs. My clothes were still torn, soaked through. The forest watched in silence as I stumbled inland, away from the lake, dragging behind me the shape of a man that no longer fit. I walked until the shadows stretched their full lengths, and the cold was inside me. My thoughts jumbled and splintered in the haze of exhaustion. I remembered the village only as a fading echo. Old stones, rusted gates, the breath of rumors that never dared reach me whole. Somewhere beyond the trees, it slept, untouched, uncaring. But I did not go back to it. I had nothing left to find there. No doors would open for me now. No hands would reach. Only the woods welcomed me, silent and watching. The forest closed around me like a living thing. The path underfoot barely existed. A trail made only by the persistence of feet, too stubborn to vanish. My body ached with every step, my mind slipping between then and now. I saw the lake still in my memory. The mist, the white shapes gliding, Anna's face turning to meet mine just before it was gone. Her voice was a thread in the darkness, fraying, fading. We were meant to be here, James. The earth grew rougher, the cold deeper. I staggered, half blind, the last of my strength draining into the roots beneath me. I did not know if I moved toward safety or ruin, only that I moved. Each breath was a question I could not answer. At last, through a break in the trees, I saw the crumbled spire of the chapel crooked against the sky like a warning. The chapel of the drowned bride. The name rang in my mind like a bell struck underwater. Anna had smiled when she first said it. That secret smile that dared the world to tell her no. I clung to that memory, a brittle spark in the gathering dark. I made the path my own. I reached the chapel, empty as it always was, crumbling like my resolve. The chapel of the drowned bride. Anna had loved the name, had loved the stories behind it. The stone doors loomed ahead, and I reached for them with hands that barely felt like my own. I pulled the doors open, and they groaned, but did not refuse. The stone took me in, like it did every soul who ever tried to outrun the water. The air hung still and heavy, the scent of wax and rot and wet earth, mingling like incense from a dead religion. I collapsed, too tired to remember, too tired to forget. I lost time, or time lost me. Something stirred, a faint rustle, like feathers shifting, like memory coming apart. I opened my eyes to darkness. The stone still held me, colder than the air outside. The silence wrapped around me, a shroud with no warmth, no mercy. But beneath it all, I still remembered her. The lake, the swan, and for one broken moment I believed the nightmare was worth it, because I had seen her again. I dreamt it was a dream. I dreamt she was there,